The Evaluation Exchange is a learning programme which connects PhD students and early career researchers from UCL with voluntary and community sector organisations in Newham and Camden, and they work together for a period of 6 months, and they work on a project or a challenge set by the organisation, and that usually relates to an evaluation challenge that the organisation is facing. The tagline for the programme is connecting the know-how to the how-to, so the appreciation of different knowledge to tackle a challenge and come up with a solution.
We join the sector because we want to get on and do things. We want to be involved in the doing part of it. And so taking the time to reflect can sometimes feel like it's not a priority. And so having an organisation such as UCL come in and support various different organisations with identifying the kind of evaluation toolkits or impact measurement toolkits that are applicable to the work that they do, I think is a real benefit. It's invaluable, I think, the difference that the students have been able to make within those organisations. And also I think the emphasis on co-production or collaboration, this emphasis on there being a mutually beneficial relationship between the researchers and the organisations and both entities learning from the experience, I think is something that is really attractive.
We were interested in the project with UCL because we wanted to understand how we at Subcode could develop our monitoring evaluation techniques. Although I think we knew what we were doing, I think it's shown the bigger context of why we need to do what we need to do. So normally, as I said, it was about number crunching and some of the qualitative stuff, but actually it's become much more meaningful as well. So rather than an add-on, it's become an integral part of the work that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So we don't have that rush at the end. We're trying to get everything done, and we may not give it the justice and the time it deserves, really.
Now we have got a proper survey, the quantitative and qualitative survey as well, which the survey can be matched up to our theory of change. That is a huge success because we can say to our stakeholders, to our partner organization, and also most importantly to the funders as well, the huge difference that the organization is making for our borough residents, so that we'll be able to bring more funding so that we can tackle the much needed services the residents needed.
You know, I joined the organisation in October and I had a huge task ahead of me, huge amount of knowledge to absorb, and I genuinely didn't have the capacity to also think about evaluation tools and truthfully probably the knowledge and expertise to put something together. You know, I can put together a survey, but what does that really mean and how does that help as an organisation? So I would certainly recommend it because you have the capacity, you have knowledge, you have expertise and opportunities kind of dotted through a 6 to 8 month process where you really have to focus on it. And I think we all need to make time for that.
So taking part has been a really powerful experience actually on a number of different levels. Firstly, working with a rural organisation is really motivating. Also working with other students collaboratively because they are from completely different departments of universities, their research studies are in completely different aspects of research that yours are. So it's really drew people's strengths and experiences together.
Being involved in the evaluation exchange allowed me to practice some of the methods that I'll be using in my own research, but more indirectly was the fact that it made me challenge my own biases coming into the project and think about how we engage with stakeholders beyond just our immediate interaction with the communities around us. I'd never visited Newham before the evaluation exchange. I've been there multiple times now, and I think that the relationship I now have with the garden will remain indefinitely, and I think that that's a mutual feeling as well.
So the programme is a partnership between UCL, Compost and Voluntary Action Camden. The knowledge that VAC and Compost bring about the organisations is so valuable, and that knowledge is fundamental for the running of the programme, but also for the legacy afterwards. So we have worked with VAC and Compost London to ensure that the capacity is built within them for them to continue building upon the learning from the programme and supporting those organisations.
So we were also part of the pilot scheme, and some of the groups from the pilot scheme came down and talked to these groups. And they were saying we still use what we developed and we still talk to people that we met through this. And some of the researchers have gone on to work in the not-for-profit sector or are still volunteering with organisations. So it's more than just 6 months. Everybody who gets involved in it continues to grow.
I've already recommended it. I've spoken about it. We've been sharing it internally, but also externally, because I think it's a great opportunity for people to build relationships outside of the charity sector. So working with a university is a resource that you don't always get an opportunity to access. Working alongside other charities in the local area is great, and I hope more people get the opportunity to do something like this, because I think it can really help build some skill sets and create some really good quality work actually at the end of it.